We're painting cute little animals, and I know that it's been a hot minute since we've actually done one. As a quick refresher, these are some of the ones that we've done in the past though. Can you guess what today's is gonna be? Grab your watercolors and give them a good spritz. Then I'm gonna start by taping off a rectangular shape in my sketchbook. Normally I like to do these in squares, but I think this one's gonna be better in a rectangular form. Then I'm gonna fill my brush with a light blue color and I'm gonna make 2 small circles about 1.5 to 2 circles apart from each other. And then I'm gonna wash my brush, and preferably for this next step, you'll do this with just water, but I did make mine a little bit gray so that you can actually see what I'm doing. But you wanna start by outlining the insides of those circles, trying your very best not to touch them, filling in between, adding a little cap and a little squiggle at the top, fill that in. Then I'm gonna bump the cheeks out just a bit and then bring it down into a long skinny neck. Then around the neck, I'm gonna make kind of this lumpy oval-y shape with 2 lumps at the bottom. And then while all of that is still a little bit wet, I'm going to fill my brush with a more concentrated gray color, and I'm gonna add a little shading to the outsides as well as to the sides of the neck. Then we need to let it dry or make it dry. Then once it's dry, I'm going to fill my brush with a dark black color, and I'm going to make 2 small circles within those initial circles. Wash my brush, and then I'm going to fill it with a bright orangey yellow color, and we're going to be adding in this elongated beak shape. You've probably guessed it, but we're painting our duck friend from the other day. And then at the very bottom of those 2 little lumps that you made on the body, we're going to swipe down for the legs, and we're going to make these kind of messy triangular shapes at the bottom of our swipes. And then again, we need to let it dry or make it dry. And then once it's dry, I'm going to put in a messy background. Normally I just put in whatever color I want. On this one I did add in a little bit of grass at the bottom, and then I wanted to allude to some sky, but also I saw this duck on a flower farm, so I put in some different pinks and purples in there. They're definitely not exactly flowers, but the colors kind of remind me of them. And then one final time we gotta let it dry or make it dry. And then once it's dry, it's time for my favorite part, which is to grab a white gel pen, outline everything, and add in some of those final details like highlights to the eyes and the nostrils. He's absolutely adorable. As a side note, you may have noticed I haven't done many of these recently. And there is a pretty good reason for that, because I'm officially writing my second book. In the past month or so, I've been sketching every single night a whole bunch of different animals. We're still trying to decide which animals are going to actually make it into the book, so if you have any requests or suggestions, please put them in the comments. And I do want to take a second to reassure you, just because I'm writing a book about them doesn't mean I won't be making videos about any more animals, but I am trying to be a little bit careful to make sure I know what's going to go in the book before I start making a whole bunch of videos on them. So just so you know, the animal series is not going anywhere, and there will be lots more animals in the future.